Hello bros and welcome to SFX0 BroFive production and next Pokemon Go information, Q&A and such thing. But this time I'm gonna talk about the Pokemon spawning and so. Because one thing that really is awful is the Pokemon spawning. Because it's so inaccurate and so wrong. Seriously, while I was out walking a while ago and was looking for Pokemon and hatching my eggs and so on, and I hatched not an dish at least, but the Pokemon spawning is so bad. I figured out because I saw Tentacruel on my scanner. I was nowhere close to water. I walked past a river, a little river, while I was walking, but that was about as close as the water as I was. And a good while after I walked that, like 100 meters or so, then a Tentacruel spawned on land, on a road, far away from water. There was no water in the immediate area, and that's pretty awful, I would say. Because if the Pokemon spawn is that bad, I could get it that a Krabby or some other land and water creature would spawn there. The Tentacruel is full out water. Sure, there's one Pokemon episode where you see the Tentacruel walk on land, but that episode was just comical relief, I think, or something, because Tentacruels can't be on land. And that's really what I really hate about the Pokemon spawning in Pokemon Go. Because Tentacruel is gonna spawn in water. If I go down to the lake and I sit there with my I can see I should be able to see water Pokemon spawn in the water, but they don't, but they spawn on land instead. Yeah, that's really bad. Really bad. And that's what I really hate about it. But I'm also gonna talk a little about some other things, like the Stardust. Everyone knows if you capture a Pokemon, you get 100 Stardust, but you need like 1,000 to level up strong Pokemon. So you wonder, why are you getting only 100 from those fucking eggs? From those fucking capturing. And I have an answer to that. It's because when you hatch an egg, you get 1,000. You get much more from hatching eggs than actually capturing Pokemon. And that's the trick they're playing on you. Because they try to make you go out walk more, so you can hatch the eggs, so you can level up the stronger Pokemon. And also that is actually pretty good, because that also means you can run into new Pokemons to capture. But of course, finding the Pokemon you want is really hard. Like, I was in Stockholm, and I found Ratinis there 3 times on the same immediate area. So someone that is there could possibly get very many Ratinis and get Dragonair without too much trouble, and then evolve and then have it as its main Pokemon. So actually, Pokemon actually spawn in clusters mostly. But of course, I'm living out in the country right now, so I don't get too much of what I want. Of course, the Ides spawn here sometimes. They have not spawned now for... Actually, they spawned one under the night, but that disappeared pretty quickly. But they spawn mostly at night time. But even at night time, it's hard to find. Even if I use a lure when the Eevee is in the area, it does not always appear. But the only way you can get the Pokemon that you want without actually finding them in the area, or even if you want to find Pokemon that you want and you are not in the area where they spawn, you gotta use a lure then. Because Clefairy is not in the immediate area of me, you can never find them. Even if they appear on the scanner, they don't ever appear. Because then you got to use lures. But because lures track everyone, and I can swear on that, because Drowsy have spawned when I have used a lure, and Drowsy doesn't exist in this area. Drowsy exists a mile away, a few of them, and That's why lures are so pretty much expensive. Lures are the most valuable thing you ever can have. If you want to capture a Pokemon that you really want, you got to use lures. Urban, we come to the incense thing. Yeah, incense is something that is very useful if you see a lot of Pokemon hiding in the grass. Like if you see grass come up in 3 places, then you can use incense to try to make them appear. They doesn't always appear, but you have a bigger chance of making them appear if you do so. And the raspberries. That you probably might have figured out already, or you maybe have seen it somewhere. But raspberries make them easier to catch. I don't have more to say about it than that. If you throw a raspberry to them, they get happy, eat it, and it will be easier to catch. Of course, you can just use a Great Ball instead of a normal Pokeball or an Ultra Ball. I have only gotten a Great Ball so far, but it's good anyway. And what? And I also thought about it a lot, but actually the cutest Pokemon that exists is Eevee. I have thought about it a lot. I've never seen any Pokemon as cute as Eevee. Seriously. I think if every girl always went for cute Pokemon, they would definitely go for Eevee. But at least, what more do I have to say? The tracking mechanism is still broken, as far as I know. Because, seriously, Pokemon spawn right in front of me and they say that they're 3 steps away. Come on. They should do a more advanced Pokemon thing. Like, they have 3 steps away, it means it's pretty far away. But they should also have a little arrow that's pointing to which direction they are in. Because you still have to walk very far to find them. And of course, that would cause problem. Because if they're pointing right over a highway, that would pretty much make the people jump straight on the road without looking where they're going. But it should at least add some indication of where to go, so you have a little bigger chance of finding them. Because how often do you find any Pokemon that are on the radar? Besides, of course, Pidgey, Weedle, Rattata, or the Caterpie, I think it's pretty easy to find also, but Weedle is more common. But at least, I have also the evolution thing I thought of, because I evolved Oddish earlier today. I said that, I think, and the really fucked up thing about it was Oddish was in 300. That was pretty high for it, but it got to be one of my 9 best Pokemon. Become one of my 9 best. Seriously, my highest Pokemon is at at 700, and Oddish that I evolved into, what the hell was it called? Let's wait for the game to look up and I can see what name it was. Yeah, it evolved into Groom. Actually, it became one of my 6 best. It's 468 now, and Oddish have 3 evolutionary states. They have one more evolving state, and it's still at 468. I think that's a little too high if they still have one more state to evolve. Seriously, how much did it cost to evolve it? It cost 25 to evolve it, and it became 150 stronger. But seriously, my strongest Pokemon are Magmar, 732, Hypno, 693, Pidgey, 499, Golbat, 474, Gloom, 468, and Jinx, 422. That actually is a pretty good team. Golbat is Dark type, Pidgey is a Flying type, Hypno is a Psychic type, Gloom. What the hell is Gloom? I think it's Poison? Yeah, Grass and Poison. And Jinx is an Ice and Psychic, I think also. Yeah, Ice and Psychic. And Magmar is, well, it's only a Fire type. Its whole body consists of only fire, pretty much. But I have pretty strong Pokemon. Like, I have the Beedrill, 307. That's pretty high for a Beedrill, actually. But what I really want to make is my Eevee stronger. It's 328, and I want to evolve it into... what the hell was it called now? I can't remember what it's called, but it's a water type. But actually, Eevee evolution, it should have a little more evolution, because to Eevee's physics, Eevee has a genetic structure that is very unstable. Not like they would turn into water and puddle in the ground, but it's so unstable that the evolutionary states of its evolution can become nearly anything. Well, actually, shouldn't there be a little more evolutionary states of Eevee? I mean, we have fire, electric, water, psychic, dark, ice, and grass, and fairy. But the fairy type is not really, really understandable. But it should have a little more evolutionary states, don't you think? Because I think Eevee should have like a flying type at least, because then you can be a complete Eevee trainer. Because everyone always use a flying type, because, well, when you play the normal games on Game Boy or DS or anything like that, even if you use the emulators and play the game on computer or anything, then you always get a flying type, so you can move quickly from place to place. So if Eevee actually added a flying type, that would be pretty extraordinary. But but Nintendo would have to think that over pretty much. I don't think they would do it, but who knows? Maybe they will add more Eevee evolutions. But I don't know if they're actually working on another game, because they got to start understanding the Pokemon games getting worse. Because Generation 1, yeah, was a little bad. I don't really like them too much. Eevee is pretty much the one I like the most. And they have a couple of good Pokemon. And, well, you would not stop playing it, because it's pretty good. But Pokemon Generation 2, it got a little better there. I like it a lot. Totodile is fucking hilarious. And Chikorita, that's a pretty funny Pokemon, especially because Ash had a Chikorita that was absolutely in love with him. And Generation 3, that's one I really like. Of course, the one of the Pokemon you can get in the first was Mudkip, and its third evolution is ground and water. You can't beat it. It's possibly unbeatable. Use electric, sure, that doesn't work. The only thing that really could hurt it is grass. Otherwise, it is totally unbeatable. And of course, then it's Torchic. Sure, when Torchic evolves into Blaziken, it's a fucking fucking one, because it's fighting and fire. It's pretty good. I used it a lot before I switched over to only using water Pokemon, but it was so strong. It could kick the ass of any Pokemon. And of course, there also are Trico. Trico is pretty much normal. It's exactly what you should expect it to be. And that's pretty much the best thing about Generation 3. And of course, the highest, the legendary Pokemon Groudon, and I don't remember what the other ones were called. Groudon is very big. Would not really expect Groudon to be some Pokemon that you actually would want. I never used Groudon. I only had it in my deck put on the PC all the time. But that's pretty much what I say about the Generation 3. But also it's Generation 4. But I think we're gonna go do that next time, because we have more to talk about at Pokemon Go. It's starting a little hard to find information and so, but when I find more information about anything, I'll come back to it. But that was all I have for Pokemon Go information Q&A this time. So hit like and subscribe, and see you next time. BroFive!